There are certain things that I would ask from them. I will ask them for forecasts. I will ask them for sales report in market. So how much do they sell? Who do they sell to? How many distribution points do they have in retail? Same in the on-trade. How many bars do they cover? How many nightclubs do they cover? That enables me to assess if they are present in all the distribution channels.
So there are other parts that we look for in a distributor. We look for a very strong marketing base. We want to ensure that they're very strong within social media. It's become a very big part of our company now, and we therefore look for our partners to have the right avenue. We want to make sure their penetration of clients in a particular territory is very strong, covers the entire territory and not just certain niche markets. Also the clientele who they're servicing, you know, that there are there's a lot of retailers, there's a lot of small independent shops in the toy industry, and also there's a lot of clearance and lower price brands that we want to make sure our brand is focused in the right area. So we do look for these kind of sort of areas within our new distributors.
You have to meet them, you have to make sure that they understand the products, you have to make sure that they have the skill set to promote those products, and then you have to also make sure that they have the right network in terms of salespeople.
We do try and be creative because I'm sure we're dealing with smaller companies in the UK, a smaller distributor here. We've got to be creative. We were up against these huge companies, Nestle, Dowgbers, and we've got to be creative. We've got to be flexible.
So it's all about meeting up with them, understanding what they can deliver in terms of sales and of volume, how well they know the market, who do they know in the market, do they know how the competition does in the market, and therefore how they will be, see how they will be in a position to sell the product, know about the positioning of the product within the market.
We can't take them on the dollar front. We can't just batter away at them, you know, with dollars and investment. So we have to try and be as creative as we can, and we are finding, and the buyers are being receptive as well, because it helps them to make their category a bit more interesting at certain times of the year. So you know, it helps all of us. It helps the supplier, it helps the customer, and helps us make a decision to invest.
If they're keen to work with you, you've done the homework, they've got the right attitude, you've got them in place, you've done all the benchmarking, and as you so rightly say, they've then got to pay you. Yeah. So therefore, initially, we always start out on a pro forma basis. Yeah. If they can't pay you, then you've got a problem to start with. Yeah. So they've already qualified themselves.
You have a maintenance company or a manufacturer, and I have the contacts in the Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg, German and French markets. And the manufacturer wants to use my knowledge, and not only my knowledge of the contacts, but also my relationships with these people to bring their products to the markets I work in.
We have to organise pretty much all our own shipping from the UK or from wherever, and we generally have a trailer coming out. For smaller suppliers, we ask them to deliver into a depot in Dover, for example, 1 or 2 pallets, and then we make up a consignment with more from more than one account. If it's a larger customer like our tea supplier, then we generally go there and take a full trailer from them alone.
However, for me, we would be always the ones who are looking for a new partner, because what's key for us is to see a market gap or an opportunity on this market. And even though it might happen, I think most likely it will be done in a way that we see a market gap or an opportunity, and then we look for a supplier rather than vice versa.
If it's only one territory they focus on, are they looking at expansion? For example, Middle East may look at various different countries, whereas other people may be more focused on one independent country. A lot of things like translations on our products, is that something they require? Safety testing laws, they differ from country to country. We have our set standards that we do. Do they have any particular requirements?
Well, in the future, we will be firstly looking for other suppliers who are British, because we do believe that as we have been doing this business for a while, we think we get to know Britain in a way that we can understand the product better, we can understand our partners better, and therefore we can have a more efficient business model. So if possible, we would like to stick to Britain, because there will be a lot of synergies again when we have more suppliers coming from one region, rather than having different suppliers coming from different regions where you might have different legal environment, different habits, etc.